Screaming Firehawks! Welcome back to the channel, The Expanse. Season 3, Episode 3. You know, for somebody who said that they're not a pilot and is a Marine, did a hell of a damn job flying that fucking race spaceship.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was really, really awesome and impressive from Bobbie. I sure as hell hope that Christian is alive and well. I hope that she's okay.
I think she's gonna be okay.
Because that shit was intense.
Yeah.
The toll that it took on her body, going like speeding up and slowing down and maneuvering and dodging shit and just flying the way that it, like.
I would have puked. I would have so puked.
It felt like she went into like cardiac arrest multiple times.
Yes. I'm like, that's not good for you.
That is a lot for the body to handle.
And an earther.
Especially someone who doesn't fly, somebody who's not trained for that kind of flying, somebody who is older of her age. Like, that shit was absolutely insane. And just the way that Bobbie was carrying her.
Yeah.
Just.
Well, zero gravity, so she
still,
probably just had to like push her along.
It just looked very symbolic.
Yeah. Of
just like something bad. Like, dude, that was just absolutely insane. And the way the Rossi crew, I'm still going to call them the Rossi crew because, you know, the Rossi's just iconic and awesome. And honestly, I don't know if I could remember another ship name. But
you
the
can
Rossi's
also call it the Pinus. Sorry. That's the name of it.
Jeez.
The Pinus contorta.
Good lord. But yeah, I'm just gonna stick with that, and they've got themselves in another really crazy pickle because they didn't blow up an Earth ship. They did dismantle it and kept everyone alive.
They took the engines right off of it,
which was super impressive. The way that they were able to maneuver, like stop the rockets, the way they were attacking, and the way they just did all of that was just absolutely insane. But now. Holden's like, yeah, we just declared war on Earth. So just add it to the long list of shit that this crew has to deal with. It's just absolutely bonkers. And I don't know how they're going to handle this. I don't know how they take this massive bullseye off of their backs. It's just... I mean, they're probably used to it to this point. Like,
that's also
they're just like, just chalk it up to another day with this crew. Like, it's just the way it goes. But I'm hoping that they're on their way to IO now because they need to hurry their ass up and get over there as quick as possible because of all the shit that we just witnessed in that last episode. Like, Mao was ready to shut the shit down because they can't control it.
But now that there's kids, go ahead. Do whatever you want.
Yeah. It's like Strickland's like, we could control it with them. Oh, wonderful. And like May's friend already has it in him. Like, he's already like flexing it and like
Katoa.
Oh god, like that's just so insane. And I don't even want to know what that's going to do to them in terms of developing them into this proto-molecule weapon. Like, is this phase 2 of it? Is this going to be phase 2? Because the hybrids were phase 1?
Right.
Like, is this going to be like phase 2 of that now?
I would assume so then, yes.
And the whole conversation that Prax had with Amos is like, he's essentially delaying the inevitable. He doesn't want to find May in a bad state, but Amos is like, you better not fucking give up on that child because every child needs at least one person to be there for them fighting. And it's like, that was a really touching moment.
I love that.
I love when Amos steps up like that and we get to see a little bit more of him. And, you know, the way they reveal stuff about his potential past, I think it's kind of obvious anytime one of those moments happen. Mm-hmm. It is something that he's dealt with, which is why he's sharing his opinion on it. And it's like, damn, dude, like, I legit want to know a lot about what this guy went through.
So, at Twitch the other night, we were talking about Amos. Somebody referred to him as Murder Snuggles.
That's exactly
Maggie,
what it is.
Maggie, you know who you are. Murder Snuggles. Yeah, about Amos.
It's just the fact that he knows, like, I think it was like last episode or 2 episodes ago, where they all just kind of looked at him and they're like, dude, you know a lot about how to kill a dude.
Right?
And everyone's like, yeah.
But then you also just want to hug him. Yeah. He seems so awesome.
And like, then he has like a touching moment like he had with Prax, where it's like, oh, dude, like...
Love you.
Yeah, he like went out of his way to save him because there were like murder weapons flying around on the ship while they were in battle, and it like sliced his oxygen tube, and like the way he friggin' like parkoured his way over to like
Parkour!
to go save Prax was amazing. Like, and then he caught the friggin' drill like,
right before it went into his mask.
That was like some Jedi shit, dude. That was so crazy. Like, I know they had like no gravity or whatever, but still, the ability for him to catch, like, that shit was flying. Like, it was going fast. Like the fact that he was able to catch it like that, I was like, damn, dude.
I think there was gravity, but the force, you can't, it's going so fast that there's...
The force.
Shut up. Shut it. Here we go again with saying stupid shit on the internet.
Yeah,
there we go.
Exactly, of course.
Congratulations. You're welcome.
But yeah, that whole thing is just absolutely insane. Just, it's always great to see those type of moments with Amos because he just keeps going in and out of these moments of like feeling things and not feeling things and then murdering someone and then just destroying someone else and then feeling something again. And it's like constant like evolution of this guy, just a total roller coaster of emotions all the time. And he's dope. Like, he's a really awesome character. And the fact that we continue to see him, like, his character arc keeps growing and like his range as a character keeps getting bigger. It's really cool to see. And all the stuff that's going on at the UN now. We've got a new character popped up. Anna showed up, and, you know, Earth's president is asking her for assistance to help him. And they clearly have some kind of history because somebody showed her a video of another speech that which was pretty epic, it seemed like, and she was standing right behind him. So clearly there's some history there. And I feel like she's going to play a bigger role than just writing this speech for him.
She has to. She's like
a little firecracker.
She's there for the people. I love that.
And she's a little firecracker because if she's feeling something, she's going to say it regardless who's in the audience and who's around, and like it doesn't matter.
Damn right, yo.
So it's going to be really interesting to see what her character development's like, what her role's going to be, and how she's going to have an impact on this. Because Aaron Wright's there, he's a total snake. He's like setting all this stuff up. He's like playing his own game of chess.
But
here.
I think Anna sees right through his bullshit because she's like, that's illegal. That's a war crime. Look it up.
Yeah. I feel like she could probably cramp his style a little bit, which, good. Good.
Love that.
Because Aaron Wright's, the dude's turning into like a fantastic bad guy heel. Like, he is a great heel because it's like, you almost want him to stay on screen so we could love to hate him. Like, it's kind of getting into that point where it's just like, dude, you're a piece of shit, but we also don't want you to go away because
I need to know what happens to you.
Yeah, like, his storyline is getting kind of interesting, and Christian's got to make it back with that recording so that she could just prove to everyone the scumbag that he is. But, damn, he's got his war. It's going on. People are dying. Spaceships are blowing each other up. We got all this shit going on. Ugh.
I think that Christian should just broadcast that message across all channels.
Yeah.
Whomever can hear it should hear it.
Well, considering that her and Bobbie are now with the Rossi crew, it's like, how are they going to gain entry to anything? How are they going to actually be able to land somewhere and be like, here, watch this? It's like, no, they might have to do it that way. They might have to broadcast to everyone because...
I hope they do. I hope they do.
Doesn't feel like they have any allies at this point. It feels like every side is going to hate them. No one's going to support them, with the exception of maybe Fred Johnson, because Naomi did give him the proto-molecule, which didn't touch at all on that subject at all this last episode, was what's going on with Fred, what's going on with Dawes and that whole crew, and their kind of plan to bring all the Belters together and form a big nation. Like, we'll see where all that goes, because that's another really fascinating, very stressful situation. So, any other thoughts before we jump in this episode?
No.
Let's go.
They're working on her. She's gonna be okay.
I don't know. Her brain might have taken some damage.
Damn it.
You got everything you need off your ship?
I need to charge my armor.
Not until you tell us what's going on.
I did a rotation on the Donager. The ship is detaching, it's more mine than yours.
Punch a panel all you like. You're locked out of our systems.
You think I need my armor to take this ship?
Be interesting to find out.
Not for you.
I think saving your lives earned us an explanation.
A Martian Marine with the Deputy Secretary of Earth on Julie Mao's ship, with the UN trying to kill them. Start with that.
We crippled a UNN gunship to
I
save
didn't
your
call you, I
hide.
called the MTR.
Can you just settle down now, darling, please?
Call me darling again and you'll be saying that drool in sign language.
Ooh.
Damn, dude!
We just dodged a massive bullet. Scopes are clear, no ship's tracking us. It's a goddamn miracle. Getting out of this thing like nothing happened.
Something did happen.
It's over and done. We're going to IO. Right?
Madame Avasarala has information that could help stop this war. You can't just drag her to
Then
Io
take
in
your
the midst
ship
of it.
and leave. No one's keeping you here.
We're target practice in that thing. It's defenseless. The comms are locked out.
We'll
There's no way
fix your
we're gonna...
comms!
After that, we don't owe you anything.
Damn, dude.
Well,
You
I
can't
mean,
just turn your back and pretend this war isn't happening.
If they don't use the ship, then you should take it and go.
Oh.
Go to Tycho. Do what you have to do.
Oh shit, dude.
We have confirmed ID on the contact. It is a Martian stealth sea ballistic missile platform. It holds 10 planet busters, each with 20 high-yield nerve warheads.
How many platforms are out there? Intel says 5. If we can find the other 3, then we can use a planetary railguns to simultaneously destroy them all before launch.
A preemptive strike, yes.
Our operatives in the MCRN command are convinced that they're on the verge of launching anyways.
Why would they?
Because they're losing the war.
Well, fighting in the outer planets is different than bringing it to our own doorstep. Mars isn't stupid.
Or crazy. They could be deliberately leaking, pushing us to the peace table.
If this doesn't work, millions will die.
People are dying right now, our people. When we began this war, we had a 5-to-1 advantage in ships. Now it's down to 3-to-1. Every loss that we inflict on Mars pushes them closer to launch. If we do this, we save lives, because it will end the war.
Damn.
Find the other platforms. That could be my decision then.
Dude, he is really good at presenting a strong argument for what needs to be done. Hey, okay, good.
Okay. Well,
I mean, I wouldn't say
not
he's okay. They're in one piece.
Somebody heard us. We're saved. It's the UNN Agatha King.
The flagship of the Jupiter fleet.
Uh-oh. Is this good? Is this bad?
Any skiff in the fleet could have handled this. Why send us?
A lot I don't understand about this war, but even in low-G, shit still rolls downhill.
Admiral Seller, any survivors on the dropship ought to be considered prisoners and taken to the brig immediately. No one is to speak to them until I get there.
Apparently.
If they were gonna blow us up, then they'd have done it already. We just have to get our story straight.
Relax. Take a deep breath.
Is he killing him right now?
I'm really sorry.
Yikes.
He didn't want him to talk?
It's good the children get to play together.
It keeps their cortisol levels low, which enhances protomolecule uptake.
Katawa! Does it hurt?
I feel strong.
This poor kid.
Hey, want to see something cool?
Katawa, come on!
Would you get down, please?
Dude.
Why do you believe May's still alive? Everyone who ever cared about me on Earth thinks I'm dead, but here I am.
Baltimore, that's where you're from, right?
Charm City.
It's where you learned to do this?
This and everything else I had to.
You mean those specific people skills you have?
Back there, getting by was getting even.
It's a dark way to look at the world.
Dying is the only way of getting out of Baltimore.
So how'd you get out?
I died.
Oh, and he says it like that. I died.
Dude.
James Holden. Maybe I shouldn't be surprised. Chaos has a way of finding you.
We're all victims of circumstance.
That might be a good type.
How are you feeling?
I fucking hate space.
I love her!
I'm getting used to. You already curse like a sailor. Maybe now would be a good time for you to tell me why you're here. With a Martian Marine and your own government trying to kill you.
I was trying to bring Jules Permao in from the cold. There are factions within the UN who are using the protomolecule as an excuse to wage this war. And I may have a way to end this conflict.
Have you been watching the news? Diplomacy's over.
I need to send a tight beam to Admiral Souther on the Agatha King.
Any tight beam would give away our position, and we already took that risk rescuing you. We're not doing it again.
We need to contain the protomolecule. Make sure it doesn't fall into the wrong hands. You think that's funny?
Not at all. It's just that I've heard it before.
From who?
Everyone, including me.
I met your mother.
Oh shit.
Alice. When everyone else said you were a terrorist, I went to find out for myself. Lovely woman. She thought I was full of shit too at first. It's no accident you're in the midst of all this chaos.
I'm nobody's savior.
But you are, though, Holden.
You've done a lot. You've done a lot of saving. I mean, a lot of people have died too, but...
But still, though.
The Secretary General has issued an executive order to apprehend Christian Avasarala on suspicion of treason.
What?
She was conspiring with Chernobyl. Her last known location was aboard his yacht, which is now the debris field. I think your boss is still alive. I think she's defecting to Mars.
Talk to Aaron Wright. He's the traitor. He's been protecting Jules Pierre Mao all along. He can tell you everything you want to know.
God damn, his nose is so crooked. He must have broken so many times.
Interesting play there, revealing that information.
Yes.
We are witnessing the greatest event in human history. We should feel something other than fear.
Maybe this war was inevitable. Maybe there was no way to avoid it. You want it to be holy, and it's not. The best you can hope for is that it's justified.
And if Mars makes it a choice between us or them.
How many sacrifices can you stomach and still tell yourself you're doing God's work? 100? A million? A billion? We both know it's more than 37.
Uh-oh. What was 37?
Consider that a rhetorical question.
There is an answer.
So you know precisely how many lives a leader must sacrifice and still be a good man?
Yes, as few as possible.
It's definitely good to not have a bunch of yes people around you.
Yeah.
When just making decisions like this. I feel like she's really gonna help him.
Did you see how Cattell jumped really high?
I did.
Dr. Strickland says one day I might be able to jump like that. I hope I can. I want to show my dad when I see him. What's your name?
Do you feel bad?
Mine's May.
Jules Pierre. Nice to meet you, May.
I wonder if he's seeing Julie in her.
I know, but like, is your heart growing?
Because of all the kids, he's like drawing to her.
Quite a spell now, and that last...
Alex, we thought you were dead.
Aww.
For so long. And I'm glad that you're not. But you waited too long. Milos has learned to live without a father. And a real husband wouldn't have done that to his wife. I'm glad that you have something more important than us. Because we don't need you anymore.
Ouchie.
Damn it, dude.
I mean, she's not wrong.
The location of MCRN platform number 5 has been confirmed.
What do the simulations say?
Complete success, knocking out all 5 before they can launch, 82%. Our rail guns are targeted, warmed up, and ready.
Holy shitballs.
82% is not good enough. Stand down.
Thank you. Look at him. He just got disappointed. You son of a bitch.
Lean your foot back to engage it.
Lean back with my weight on my heel?
Yes. There you go. Now you just walk around like you're in pumps.
How do you know what it's like to walk in pumps?
I didn't always work in space.
Fucking Amos, dude.
This isn't so hard. Not bad, right?
I'll inform Mars to ready the white flag.
When it's lighthearted, they're so much fun.
I love them.
I realize that things ain't how they used to be around here. I get why you want to leave. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm still mad as hell that you gave that proto shit to Fred Johnson, but I can't help but respect your commitment to the belt. I wish I had your strength.
Oh, Alex.
See, all you need is a little bit of time and some conversation. Get some shit out.
UN Deputy Secretary Aaron Wright commissioned Jules Pierre Mao to manufacture proto-molecule hybrid soldiers. I believe Aaron Wright intends to use the hybrids to lay waste to Mars.
And the stakes have been raised.
We believe they're producing the hybrids on Io. A pediatrician is using children with a rare immune deficiency to create them. My daughter's one of the kids.
What do you intend to do if you find other things?
Shoot the scientists and nuke the rest. Speaking for myself.
Based on your track record, I think you'd be inclined to give the whole lot to the belt.
They don't need it. Fred Johnson already has a sample.
How could you be so fucking stupid to give it to the OPA?
Don't tell me
He
that.
didn't. I did. Earth and Mars have the protomolecule. The belt has the right to it as well.
We should know, Kyle. I told you we want the same things. Maybe now you'll believe me.
Wow.
Oh, man. Business is picking up a little bit.
I understand why you canceled the strike, but with all due respect, that was the moment to write your legacy, not some speech. Eros proved that no one on this planet's safe anymore, and we need to end this because we don't know who or what our next enemy is. If you end this war, you'll be remembered as the man who united humanity in the face of first contact. And that's a legacy you don't need anyone else to write.
I mean, this dude is real good at this.
I know, he's a really good talker. No. Nothing like another child getting hurt to scare the rest of the children. Jesus. That kid is done, huh?
Sure looks like it.
Oh, that poor baby.
Where is Admiral Souther?
Oh, what is he gonna have?
I feel like he believed Katya's story.
Yes.
I rarely agreed with your boss or her methods. She's a ruthless son of a bitch.
Yeah.
But she's also a patriot. She'd die before betraying Earth, so talk fast.
I remember, that's why we know him. It was,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, no, what?
I didn't click right away.
Avasarala made a secret deal to bring Jules Pierre Mao in exchange for immunity. He was going to testify that he and Ehrenreich had been colluding to develop the protomolecule into a weapon and would turn over all data to the UN instead of the Martians. Ehrenreich turned the tables on all of us.
Can you prove any of this?
Ehrenreich sent a message admitting everything, and Avasarala has it.
It was taking me a minute to try to pin where he was.
Yeah, Christian met him in the bar.
Yeah. Yeah, he stepped down out of his position.
Yeah.
Okay. I totally recognized him. I'm like, where the fuck was he in the previous episodes? And
yeah,
it finally clicked.
Railguns designated 1 through 5. Report green for go, sir. All targets logged for.
Oh shit, he convinced him.
I hate this.
Fire.
No!
2 is away. 3 is away. 4 is away.
I feel like a backfire is coming.
What the fuck is going on?
We have a launch malfunction on 5.
They need to shoot, goddammit.
Yes, sir.
You son of a bitch.
5 is away.
Oh, jeez. This is horrible.
Target 1 is scratched.
Oh, shit. It got one off.
We have a confirmed launch from target 5. They got one off before we hit them.
Jesus Christ.
You said Earth had all the defenses ready to go. What? Oh,
You
shit.
son of a bitch. Oh no. You asshole.
Status.
Impact in South America, tip of Amazonia. Total population in the blast zone approximately 2 million. It was a power cycling malfunction from charging up and standing down earlier, sir. Watchtowers have detected no other launches. SATCOM believes we have eliminated the MCR's first strike capability.
Oh, you son of a bitch. 2 million people.
Holy shit.
The subject has been placed in isolation, the rest sedated.
Stop what you're doing to the children.
Thank you.
We are on the verge of so much more.
We're torturing children.
Thank you.
We're creating killing machines.
What we are doing is hard. We have to be strong, and great men are strong. That's how they accomplish great things.
It's not up for debate. The experiment is over. Shut it down.
He's not gonna shut it down, is he? Look at him. Look at him. He's like, no, I'm not done yet.
You're not going to Io to destroy the proto-molecule. You're going because Earth doesn't have a sample, and you need one to stay in the game. The only reason I'm still on this ship is to make sure you don't get it.
You're right. We're not going to be friends.
I love Christian. The sass of it all.
We had a military option earlier today. Would have prevented it, but there were risks and costs, which the Secretary General was unwilling to take. If only he hadn't wavered.
He's gonna put this shit on him now?
And her.
It's good that you're here, though. He's going to need you now more than ever.
Yeah, she feels guilty from what happened too.
Fuck this.
Dude, Aaron Wright is a fucking master of manipulation, dude.
Oh my god.
He's like a master at this shit.
He went from being like super strong to being like super weak to now being super strong again.
It's because he has all the leverage.
Yeah, I get that, but it just...
He holds all the cards to everything and is just able to...
Because he knows everything behind the scenes.
Yeah.
It's... No one is dealing with full information of anything except for him.
And just the way that he could, like, bend and twist all the information to just fit perfectly into his narrative. It's like in his world, that first strike would have happened. They would have eliminated those ships. But now he has even more leverage because he's right. They wouldn't have lost 2 million people if they would have just fired initially instead of charging down and rebooting the weapons. And it just gives, the more that he is right, the worse things are just going to keep getting. Because now people are going to be trusting him more. They're going to, like... This is just insane.
So... It's almost like this was like perfect. Because, yeah, like you said, now they're going to trust him. Oh, gross.
Because now, General Secretary's got 2 million deaths on his hands. That in his mind, him and Anna could have prevented if they would have just taken out those weapons right away. Which, again... He probably should have never fired upon those things. They were playing on the assumption that Aaron Wright provided they were actually preparing to fire on Earth. And you don't know that. They had no information that said, yes, they're planning on firing these things at Earth.
No, absolutely not.
The thought process all along was always that Mars didn't have the guts. I don't know if that's the right word, but in the right state of mind to ever attack Earth. Yes. Having the war and the battle out in space on other planets is one thing, but taking the battle to Earth or taking the battle to Mars, two completely different things. And everybody was pretty much in agreement that Mars would never attack Earth and Earth wasn't going to directly attack Mars.
Right.
But Aaron Wright, again, this dude's a master at this shit. Like, this is crazy. The fact that he is now in position, just, it feels like his power and his control of stuff is just getting more and more increased.
I don't really have much to say about him. What a dirtbag. I hate him.
He has his own personal agenda and he's in the perfect position to get it accomplished.
Christian needs to get that message out like ASAP.
Yeah, that whole situation on the Rossi now is just, the fact that Naomi kind of like called her bluff and just kind of like was like, Earth doesn't have this. You want some of it kind of situation is like.
But Christian's like, bitch, you don't even understand what's happening right now.
Yeah, those two, I mean, two really big personalities, both very quick. Like,
but
I think the two of them are going to have some really interesting interactions.
But Christian is like, I'm not even going to explain this to you. It goes right over your head. We're just going to move on.
Yeah, but she's using a Belter prejudice when she's talking to Naomi, which is
okay.
unfair.
But Naomi's using an Earther prejudice.
Yeah, I mean that is
they're doing it to each other.
That joke is kind of weak. I mean,
that's what they say about lawyers.
Yeah, it's a
you know how a lawyer's lying?
Yeah,
their mouth is moving.
It's a weak joke. But the interaction that she had with Holden was interesting. Just I don't even have a lot of thoughts at this point about where we're going because I feel like there's so many moving parts. I almost just want to like get to Io and see what is happening. But now things are changing because now Mao is like, he's been observing things and like he sees something in May and seeing all these kids being abused essentially. And it's like, he's a father. He gets it.
Well, I mean, it's about time he actually steps up for his kid.
But I think it's finally his first time really observing and interacting with the system and the tests and like the subjects that they're using. I mean, the dude's clearly not a bad guy. Yeah,
he's a bad dude.
I mean,
sorry, for me, he's a bad dude.
I think there's something in there, obviously, because really, really bad people don't feel guilt. And he's feeling guilty. Like, there's a level of guilt there that's starting to build for what is happening. And if he was okay, maybe he's a bad guy. He doesn't feel like he's evil.
Okay,
like,
I'll take that.
Because again, I don't think, just like Strickland looks like an evil motherfucker.
Oh my God.
Like, this dude looks like a crazy mad scientist
He
who's
looks
just
like he's so ready to just keep going, even though Mao said stop.
Yeah, and I for sure believe and agree with you that he's going to.
Yeah.
Like, he's not stopping anything.
No.
And it's just one of those situations where you have this plan, you have all this money, you have all these people doing this stuff for you, and you're kind of like just in your really cush yacht ship thing that they call it, and you don't actually see any of it playing out, and then you actually step down and you walk around and you interact and actually observe things, and you're just like, oh fuck. Like, this is really fucked up. And not anything close to what we wanted to happen. And now it's kind of out of our control. But this is in our control. We could stop this shit on the kids.
Yeah.
We don't need to be doing this. All this other shit that played out on Eros and the crash on Venus, that shit is probably not in anybody's control at this point.
No.
But I feel like Mao sees everything that's happening with the kids. He's like, I could stop that. And he's going to try to.
I really hope that he does because this... I don't like anything kid-related, animal-related. It just stop.
I mean, what's gonna happen to that one kid now? Is it like
Kosoa?
Is he transforming?
I feel like that's it. That's it for Kosoa. How do you bring him back after that?
I mean, it's
Can you
like
reverse it?
the shit's so consumed in him now. Like, yeah, that whole situation seems so fucked up, and I love that Amos is just like, yeah, we're gonna fucking, you kill the scientists and you nuke whatever the fuck's on Io. Like, but dude, there's kids there. Be careful. Yeah. They're still not being tested on. There's still kids that could be saved. But because they did say that you can't spread it under the current conditions. Yeah. Right. So, damn, this show is like every episode shit just like stakes get raised to a different level. And now that Mars, like, they retaliated, they got a friggin' rocket launched and landed on Earth with 2 million people dead. Like, that's just gonna escalate shit even more now. Yeah, it's like terrible. The shit just keeps raising and raising and raising to just levels that just, I mean, there's no stopping it. It feels like at this point. Like, the shit's just gonna keep going. The wars are probably gonna get more intense. They're probably gonna start landing on each other's planets.
I was gonna say, I'm
like
Mars is actually gonna take care of it now. That's not good. That's not good.
Like, what is the retaliation now gonna be from Earth? Now that Mars actually struck Earth.
Okay, but technically Earth already fired.
Right.
That was just Mars retaliating.
But now Earth will retaliate again, and then Mars will, like, it's going to just keep going back and forth and getting worse.
Shit show.
And we still don't know what is happening with Dawes. Like, what is this? Is he just sitting back, like, chilling, just being like, look at all these people blowing each other? Like, is he just hanging out, chilling with this little Cortazar dude? Like, are they just chilling, like, just watching all this shit play out, like, laughing about it? Like, what has happened? Like, it's been 5, 6, I don't know, 7 episodes that we've seen this dude. Like, did he get Fred Johnson's message? Are they going to start doing something? Are they just sitting back, letting Earth and Mars destroy each other before they come swooping in to, like, save the day?
I don't know.
Like, I want more information about what they're doing.
Starting a life off on another planet.
They're just chilling. Like, I feel like they're just watching the aftermath of this war just play out. And it's almost putting them in a position of power. Because, I mean, if they deplete themselves enough and the belt actually unites, that could be really good for them. It's going to throw another wrench into this whole situation if the belt jumps into this.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many moving parts. There's so much intense moments.
Yeah.
This has been a crazy season already.
Yeah.
And we're 3 episodes into it.
I know. Crazy.
Do you have any other thoughts?
Just murder snuggles. That's all.
Fucking great. Leave them comments down below, everybody. Just let us know what your thoughts are. How are you... Like, when you first watched these episodes, what were you feeling? Want to hear what you're feeling. We love reading your comments. So yeah, leave them down below. Like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, and we'll catch y'all later. Have a good one. Bye.